crafters. Today we have two snake-themed crafts because we're talking about Numbers chapter 21 and this passage where Moses creates a bronze snake to hold up in the wilderness to save the people who have been bitten by snakes, which of course is foreshadowing the coming of Jesus and how he was raised on the cross to save all of us. So our first snake-themed craft is going to be a rattle snake, and you'll see where that's going in just a minute. We're going to start off with some paper, and you can use whatever shade or color you like. You can use multiple colors. We are going to be doing green because that just feels kind of snaky. And I've got a couple of shades here that I'm going to cut strips, maybe a couple inches across. Doesn't have to be precise. You can make your snake as big or as small as you like. And I'm going to kind of layer these for some extra fun. And then I'm going to cut one more. And we're going to make a pretty long snake. But again, this is totally up to you how long or short you want your snake to be. And we're going to put a little caption with it so we know why we made a random snake in Sunday school today. And then we're going to, so sort of, like I said, layer these this way, and then we'll layer them again, kind of end to end, so you have sort of a dual green thing going on here. Well, green in my case, whatever shade you choose in your case. And then we will stick them together to make a nice extra long snake piece. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to accordion fold so that we get that snaky element. I'm going to reinforce it with a little bit of tape or a staple, and we'll fold it to give it that snake-like effect. So now we're going to start off, and we're going to actually leave a little bit at the each end. So I'm going to have a really big fold here. This is going to be my back of the snake, and I'll have an extra big fold up here that will be the front of the snake. And then we'll just kind of go, if you've never done an accordion fold, we're just going to go kind of back and forth and back and forth. The nice thing is that it doesn't have to be exact. It doesn't have to be exactly the same size or way. We're just going to keep folding and folding and folding. And then I'm going to stretch it out. We've got kind of this fun snaky thing going on there. And then up here, we're going to make our snake face. So I'm going to put on a couple of googly eyes here. And then we'll get him a tongue. So I'll cut out a nice slithery tongue for Mr. Snake. And then we will put our rattle. Now this part is optional, so we're going to, you can add more decorations to the snake, of course. You can put some stickers on him, you can color him some more, you can do whatever you like with Mr. Snake here. We're just going bare bones because you don't need to see me coloring a snake all day, but you can get creative and have fun with it and with the time that you have at the end of your Sunday school hour. But there is Mr. Snake. So two more things we're going to add here. We're going to add our caption card. So this can be added to the end, and we will say something like, Moses lifted a snake, Jesus was lifted for me. Something like that. Again, up to you how you want to caption this, but put a reference there. There's our caption. Now, here are your choices. You can simply add that somewhere on your snake or put it at the end on his tail. If you want to make this a rattle snake, we're going to, I've got some beads here. You can also use dried beans, dried rice, whatever will make a sound. And I'm going to put it in a cup. So there's the rattling element. So you can now attach your caption to the rattle portion component if you like. And then we will attach that to the tail of the snake. So you could just have your tail covering that so it goes along with it, or you could put another cover over it if you want it to be real sealed, especially if you've got something like rice that you don't want all over the carpet. So we're just going to tape that back part of the tail to the rattle element here. And then we have our, which again, were they rattlesnakes in the wilderness? We don't know what kind of snakes they were, but just kind of makes it fun. So now we have our snake, which can be a rattlesnake. So that is craft number 1, fun snaky element. Another fun snake one, which I'm not doing today because I have done it a lot before, but you have your paper plate that you color and then you cut it out in a swirly circle, and that makes a fun snake as well. But again, we've done that before, so I didn't want to overuse the swirly snake, but it's fun. Anyways, next craft we're going to do is we're going to make the snake on a stick. So I have my popsicle sticks here, and we're going to put this on a backdrop so we can have the caption all built in with it. You don't necessarily have to. You can make yours bigger and not necessarily put it on a backdrop. Again, options, it's all up to you. But we are going to use pipe cleaners for the snake, and I'm going to just use a couple of colors of pipe cleaner here, and I'm just going to twist these together. So this is kind of a, you have to use your imagination a little more to realize that this is a snake. You could make it more snaky. You could add that tongue or those eyes or bigger pipe cleaners or whatever if you wanted it to be more snake-like, but we're just getting the idea. And I'm using orange and yellow because we're sort of having that bronze element, so it's like the bronze snake. But again, it's up to you how you wish to do it. So here's my snake. Now I'm going to, this is my pole, but what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put these popsicle sticks together in the shape of a cross, and that's going to attach to my paper backdrop. So here is my cross popsicle stick, and now I'm going to wrap my snake around it. So I'm going to just wrap this guy around. Well, evidently I didn't let my glue dry. Maybe we should reinforce it with some tape. That's why you let the glue dry, or you use tape. There's my cross. Now, of course, it wasn't a cross shape that Moses used, but we're kind of combining the stories to reflect on the meaning behind this. So here's my snake wrapped around the stick. And now we're going to attach it to my paper backdrop. I happen to be using purple because it's Lent, and that's the Lenten color, but you can do whatever you prefer. And we're going to attach this with some glue or some tape or whatever you got. And then we can add more to this. You could even, you could create the whole scene. You could draw Moses here. You could draw people down below. He's going to point to the snake here, and then Here's all the people. I'm doing this fast. And here's the people down below, and they're looking at the snake. You could have other snakes that you draw in the picture, slithering along. Again, this is a very basic version of it. Get more creative than that. But then we've got our caption here to explain what's happening in this story. So we say Numbers 21, snake bite cure. And then we'll say something like Jesus cures sin and death, because that's the important thing we're looking at, is how Jesus saves us. We don't need a snake on a stick because we have a Savior on a cross. So our fun snake on a stick element, which you can expand, make bigger, make smaller, put on your backdrop. And then we have our rattlesnake. Two hopefully fun, hopefully memorable crafts to go with this slightly strange but important story from Numbers 21. So use them however you like, adapt, create, change, have fun, go make some crafts, make some disciples. Have a great week. We'll see you next time.